Hello, my name is Kyle.
Hello, I'm Raj.
I'm Alex.
Oh.
Hello, I'm Rachel.
It's Dolly. And we are Pseudo Adults. Welcome to 219 episode of the Pseudo Adults Podcast. I spoke English. You can't tell me I didn't.
I believe you. You spoke English. You did?
You spoke old English.
This is a show on the internet where we talk about fun things that we watched and checked out, sometimes things that we're working on, and we like to have a good time and joke about crazy shiz, and we hope that you do too. So welcome.
Guys, if you like the content that you're seeing today, guess what? We have lots more of it everywhere around the world. We have Space Samboni, youtube.com/Space Samboni, youtube.com/@Space Samboni and Dragons, where we play D&D. And we have youtube.com/@Space Samboni Gaming, where we do a lot of different fun gaming stuff. So, a lot to see, lots to do, lots of fun to have.
Oh, hi. I'm so used to the mic being here.
Oh.
Rachel, you're not speaking into the mic.
You can pretend it's a mic.
Hi, guys. Please check out our YouTube channel, me and Matt's YouTube channel. Another channel that Matt's on. Murder We Spoke. And it's cool things and murder and mystery and good things. So please subscribe, leave a comment, do all the good dudes.
Let us know what you want to see, please.
There's a lot of good things coming. A lot of things that everybody can be part of.
It's been a little while since we last recorded an episode of Pseudo Adults. Are y'all feeling okay?
Nah.
Way better.
That's how the toxic gossip train starts. It's been a while since we last spoke.
Yeah, you're like,
That's like, oh God, what's he apologizing for?
that's bringing out a good sound.
I feel like it was one thing after another, after like sick after sick after.
Yeah, you got like the stomach bug like 12 times in a row.
Yeah, like
You were like Neo in the Matrix, avoiding it for a while. Like,
I was almost free of it, like this close to almost free. Tony was free completely. He never got it.
That's the way
But
to be.
I woke up. It was the oddest one I've ever had in my life because I woke up in the morning being like, "Oh, I don't feel good."
Oh,
But
that's
in
what
the
happened to
morning,
me. It was 3 in the morning.
It was not like
I was
late
like,
at
I gotta
night.
go.
It wasn't like 12 at night where you're like, I feel sick. It was like, I got up at like 6 and I went, oh, I don't know if I feel good. And immediately I was like, oh, okay. But
You have stinky breath in your throat.
Yeah,
Tony slept on the couch for those days. That's probably
So your breath wasn't stinky?
It was. Like, did you brush your teeth? I was like, if I brush my teeth, I'm just going to throw up and have to brush my teeth again. Waste of toothpaste. At the end, when I stopped, I did. But that was like at like 7 at night, 8 at night when I like fully stopped like stomach. It was like both. Like I was like, I don't understand. This is like having food poisoning, but not having food poisoning.
you ate some bad ham or something?
I don't know. I didn't eat anything. That's I should have known because we were here and we were eating, and I stopped halfway through, and I was like, I think I'm done. That never happens. Never happens. I should have like, but you don't think I'm like,
That was a sign.
That's so bad. I need an IV.
Yeah.
I was gonna die.
I was actually looking it up, and I'm like IV because I couldn't keep any like fluids really down.
I can.
I even tried ICs. I tried like everything. I couldn't. I was like, all right. I was like, if I still feel like shit tomorrow, I'll call. And I was okay. The next day, I like Pedialyte is my lifeline.
Yeah.
I got like 2 bottles of Pedialyte, and just like it was like, if I can get 2 bottles, and then I realized throwing up Pedialyte isn't the best feeling or the best taste.
Apparently cookies.
Yeah, cookies either. Exactly. It's like it's acidic, so it's like equally
And salty.
I hope you guys are enjoying Puke Talk.
Yeah.
No, it was bad. I had the bucket sitting,
Missed your
the
bucket.
bucket.
You know,
like,
I'm not gonna lie. This is one of the few times where before I got sick, I was like, I'm fucking getting sick. I know I'm gonna get sick.
Yeah.
I ate like my favorite foods. I was like,
prepared.
I'm like, it's gonna happen.
It's like the last meal.
Let me just enjoy like the last food I could eat before a while, and I stand by it. Like, sure, throwing it up was awful, but it was great. I'm so happy.
I lost 6 pounds by then.
I feel that because I couldn't have solid food for like a week.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I was able to actually eat, but when I slowly did it, like the first food I actually ate, besides like Pedialyte, was like soup, like just broth. And then I like slowly, okay, soup with vegetables, okay, rice. You could just have rice, and then slowly work my way up to being able to be a normal human being. Then had pita bowl was my first big meal, and I'm like, this is the best. But it took me a little while to be able to eat all the foods. Like like my stomach was like in half.
Yeah, I feel that. I ended up eating a lot of Jell-O. It felt like I was prepping for a colonoscopy again.
Jell-O.
Jell-O's good.
Oh, no, I had Jell-O shots. All right, we're good.
That is true. We just have a New Year.
Jell-O kind of still gets me, just like yogurt gets me.
You don't like Jell-O?
I don't. I'll eat it, but I just afterwards.
Wow.
Like it's the texture of like yogurt.
It jiggles down your esophagus. It's like a party in your mouth.
The only one I like is
Aren't those very different textures, like Jell-O and yogurt?
Yeah, yogurt.
they're in the same plane.
They both jiggle.
They're in the same. One's more denser than the other one, but they're in the same like subset.
Because I feel like Jell-O is just like moving air.
Yeah, it is.
It's like shaking air that you swallow, and
It's like drinking slime, whereas yogurt's like
I don't even know.
soft ice cream.
No, I love ice cream.
Sorry.
I hate yogurt.
Oh, dang.
Yogurt.
Get like French vanilla
I
yogurt.
really tried, Alex. I got the one that you put the stuff in, and I was like, I'm gonna like this. Tony's witness.
What if you freeze the yogurt, turn it into a pop?
And then I eat it, and I'm like, ugh.
I know what you have to do. You have to do the same way we were introduced to yogurt. You have to do Danimals first.
Oh, I like Danimals. I've tried.
yogurt.
I never
Tricks
liked.
you. Oh, hell yeah.
I never liked the
Yogurt? I was not a big yogurt
I never
guy.
liked Danimals.
Oh, you too?
Wasn't.
I might have had it once, but I mean, I think even as a kid, it was just like, no, you don't need to reinvent this one.
Yes. No, I
want to eat all of them.
Especially when our dad would put it, like, make it cold.
Yeah.
And then it was
like ice. And
Yeah.
it was like,
It's like any really frozen yogurt if you freeze it.
and it tasted like sandpaper. You got like a sandpaper texture. It was awful.
It's 100% the texture because I like frozen yogurt, but I don't like yogurt. Like it's 100% the texture that it's in.
Oh, so get a bowl of frozen yogurt, wait for it to warm up, and then start that way.
Because then it's like melted ice
regular
cream.
yogurt.
It's the same thing with like ice. Like what Tony will watch me from the window when you like do your car, like you're moving all the ice off the car. I'll go. I don't like the sound of
Wow,
ice.
really?
Like cracking, walking on ice, like really gets me.
My trade is the feet on carpet, like bare feet on carpet.
That seems too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I
Or
said,
like-
we should get a carpet for your office. He goes, no carpet. I'm like, okay.
Crashing a car seat.
Oh,
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah,
Feel it when you.
Oh,
yeah. It
my
makes me uncomfortable.
wife has similar. It's like, what do you call it? Like the. I was like the holographic thing, and you run your fingernails on it.
The agenda.
Oh wow! I know that was so.
I mean, I'm okay with it. That's the one thing I'm like, okay with.
I just don't like chewing.
Oh, chewing.
In general.
Mouth chewing.
Yeah.
Once it's so.
Matt and I were recording vocals a few weeks ago, and after every single take, you'd be like, whatever, the vocals, you'd be like, like, why? Because he knows that I have issues with it too. It's fine to deal it out, apparently.
It's like
That's so funny because I ended up doing the same thing to him. And then he's like, Matt was just doing this.
It's like eating a little kiss and the recording for you for later. Like a leftover kiss.
Except he hears it in the moment. Yeah. It's like, oh, fuck this.
It's not as bad as like actual chewing food. That's the part that I can't stand.
I agree.
I could tell that there's no food in there. It'd be weird if you were like sitting with like food in your mouth.
Pops a tooth capsule open and just has food in there.
Like to hydrate.
Yeah, instead of cyanide.
I also don't like it when
Yogurt.
people pull like their underwear
might
from their
as well
butt
be.
crack with their bare hands.
I've tried. I've tried Greek yogurt. I've tried regular yogurt.
Yeah,
They're right by their butts and everything.
So just to cover all of us, if Matt had like a what do you call it? Like the car seat material tooth in his mouth,
filled
with yogurt, and then he made really good chewing sounds while doing it.
and his feet were on the carpet.
That makes a sound.
I would take this all out, all incapacitated, all at once.
It hurts my teeth. I can't think about it.
Okay. All right, so there's this movie that came out this past weekend.
What's that?
Matilda.
Oh, Matilda. Yeah.
It's in Peru.
Yeah.
It's such a good
And I believe we all saw it, right?
Yeah. That it's in Peru. Yeah. It was like a bear, right? And he went in Peru or something.
No.
Well.
No, it was a girl with like a lot of pads.
Yeah. Heard the Ladina was hairy like a bear.
That's why I thought it was a bear Peru. Come on, guys.
Or it was like a lot of cats or something.
What? Got a long hair. Just
Per pussy?
Poor pussy.
Puppet.
Puppet pussy. It's
oh god.
What?
Going back to the Muppy.
a purpose. It's like a puppet pussy. It's a for pussy or something like that. All right.
A
Pussy is not for pussies.
We're talking about
Muppet
Muppet.
Muppet pussy.
Oh,
It's for pussy.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Fluff muff.
Fluff muff. There you go.
the other one that came out this weekend was Captain America: Brave New World,
Yeah.
and I believe that you guys saw it.
Yeah.
We saw it as well. So I think we were full on review and spoiler mode. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So-
Go see it. You had time.
If
You could have taken your date to go see it on Valentine's Day when
you go see it, or you can skip ahead. Let's come back another time if you do go see it.
Okay, you could go back and go into the future and see the Galactus movie. Old Galactus.
I mean, if it's-
Oh, there's going to be a Galactus movie now?
I saw
It's
it.
called
I
Galactus?
saw it.
I think he said Little Galactus.
Oh, Little Galactus.
Yeah, like Little Sheldon.
Like yeah.
That's what that's called.
Yeah.
Galactus.
Does Galactus growing up?
He's a rapper, Lil Sheldon. Bazinga. Anyways,
rap.
just now we got the spoiler warning out of the way. Just overall feelings. What do you guys think of the movie as a whole, or before we get into specifics?
Disjointed.
Whoa.
Felt disjointed. There's parts I definitely liked. I liked the relationship between Sam and Isaiah and the new Falcon. I forgot his name, but
Joaquin or something.
yeah, Joaquin. Yeah, I liked their relationship. But it definitely felt disjointed with like the leader who's supposed to be so smart, but then all his plans fail, and he just like cries like a little baby when his plans fail. It's like, all right, I thought you were supposed to be the smartest guy.
I just have to say, the villain, I couldn't take seriously. I couldn't take him
He
seriously.
reminded me of
Yes.
the bad guy from Pet Sematary. Well, the good ghost from Pet Cemetery,
Yes, the
the
one
original.
that-
Yeah, that's what I liked about him. I was like, oh, he's cool.
I thought his character and the design was cool. I didn't like his delivery of lines. Like, it was very, like, monotone and very, like...
I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I thought
I don't
Oh,
know.
and that phone call with Betty with
Yeah.
Oh my God,
That was fun.
I think I thought
what, Dad? What? What?
Yeah, she just wanted to die inside.
Yes.
Anytime she speaks with her father.
Yeah.
okay. I thought it was strange the call. I was like, that was a little weird. But then when she showed up and had the same line, I was
Yep,
like, oh,
she sure did.
Okay, that's just how she speaks.
Yeah.
That's just how she feels about returning.
I also had a problem with, like, I liked when Bucky showed up, but then he's like, all right, bye. And
Yeah,
then
she's like, deuces. Like, what are you talking about?
He's going to be
Oh, I got a
congressman.
meeting. I got a meeting to go
That's
to.
so
It
strange.
sucks.
He's a criminal too. Like that.
He
like
also
the whole-
got taken by the government.
Yeah.
And why would you want to
Why would you want to work for the government?
To make changes, Tony.
But
Reform.
Is it working? Is it working?
We don't know. He just told us.
I mean, now the president's in jail.
Yeah.
You mean you weren't surprised to see that he's going to be a future congressman?
I was like, wait a minute.
I was like,
Somebody
of
who was
course.
kidnapped and tortured and then it used by a government for
Yeah.
so long. I was like, that's what he wants to be?
Like the whole
Also,
Civil
the
War
government-
He
thing.
was used by the Russian
That's what I was
government.
going to say.
But
Why
remember,
would they
the
let
whole,
him in the United States government?
Because he saved the world.
Yeah. He did save the entire world.
No.
I mean,
He
even
brought back half the population.
even Cap was against the government for Bucky.
Yes.
And now Bucky's gonna go work for the government.
Yes.
Yes.
Sometimes you just gotta cave
Do I
in.
have to remind you, when Cap was against the government, it's because half of everybody, first off, not even the government, more so S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah,
And
Shield.
it's because half of S.H.I.E.L.D. was Hydra. Okay, so yes, of course he was against them. Yes, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, and that agent girl. Well, we
Oh,
left the
she was
movie.
cool too. I liked her. She was so
Yeah.
tiny.
I
I,
said
wanted
she
to put her in my pocket.
She was so
We left the
small.
movie and I was like, what? Was she supposed to be that small? Oh, she didn't know who she was supposed to be.
But she's probably like 5'3", just everyone's gigantic.
But that's the thing. Big things come in small packages. And she was an ex-widow.
She was supposed to not be a widow. What? She was supposed to be part of S.H.I.E.L.D., but she was from the Israel part of S.H.I.E.L.D., and that's why her jacket is a different color.
Not the time to do.
They were like, no.
Extra statement on that.
She reminded me of like X-23.
Yeah.
I can see
without claws.
He would have been.
Yeah.
They should have had
Really?
actually.
Did she have action scenes? Did she?
Yeah, she fought. Especially in that, especially in that scene where they went into the big brain lab
the leader's lab. Yeah. Just like that, yeah.
And that other scene with Isaiah.
Yeah, that's what I say. There's two scenes.
I was initially scared that her character was going to be very, what we call it, just one-dimensional.
Yeah.
But I was happy to see what she was like. And
Investigating. And
yeah.
And then she's like, I want to fuck Bucky. I was like,
Yeah.
me too.
I could work with that.
It wasn't a bad movie. I feel like if they stayed on this track, they could make good movies again. But I still have a problem with the very end.
So like the leader's whole thing was anticlimactic.
I liked the Hulk scene.
Red Hulk was cool, but they
but then when they talked
spoiled
about
it because that was like the only thing that was like
No, so to me, it was funny because I knew it was part of the marketing. It's kind of like Wolverine and Deadpool. Like he has the mask on and all the marketing, and then you're like waiting for him to put the mask on. Except this is like way more intense because it's like, okay, what leads to him going down that path and becoming that? So to me, it was fine. I enjoyed seeing the
Somebody
journey
yelled,
to that.
"Your daughter's a bitch!" And he went, that's how he was treated.
And he was accidentally getting taken these gamma radiation pills.
I definitely like how they tried to make
Tic-Tacs.
him, like in the trailer, they tried to make him be like, no, he's the villain. And he ends up not being the villain, which I'm like, oh, okay.
He definitely still is also the
he's also
villain.
the villain.
He's the bad guy.
Because he was trying to fight Japan over adamantium.
Yep.
Which they didn't do anything with. Which I thought they were going to at least have like Silver Samurai or something in there.
But it's the introduction of adamantium into the MCU. What do you want them to do?
Wolverine.
like hint at something.
That's
Like
what I
they-
want them to do.
They had the whole PowerPoint where they're like, okay, we can make weapons, we can do this. Yeah, he had the PowerPoint. It's like early in the movie.
glass.
Yes.
On the PowerPoint, it should have said X-23, and you're like,
No, but that wouldn't have mattered because we just saw her in Deadpool. That's my problem.
Yeah, right. If the last movie didn't just have
everybody there.
the part that matters.
Yeah.
It's like a part of me is like, I need to wait a decade again before they do something with Wolverine, but they can obviously.
every 10 years they have to wait. Every 10 years.
I mean, if they're gonna reboot it and do it their MCU's own way, it'd be like, well, yeah, but we just saw this other thing.
Wait a minute.
I still think it was, I said a solid like 6, 7. I think it's not the best.
I don't
Marvel
agree with
I
that.
honestly would say,
6.
Yeah.
I honestly was thinking like 7.5 because it's not like an 8.
I would
but
watch it
was
again
like
on my living room.
yeah, no,
I probably
I
wouldn't.
liked it.
I said
you wouldn't?
it wouldn't be a movie I'd be like, that's
Gotta
the movie
watch
I'd
again the
jump
movie.
to.
I watched it again. I liked the set pieces. I thought it was neat.
yeah. I mean, just like I thought, you know.
I didn't say it was bad. It just
No. I honestly would give it like the same exact rating as you. I even thought about it yesterday and like this way. Like I think it's like a 6.5 to 7 for me, and that's not to say like I think that's like overall pretty solid. Yes, the movie has faults. The beginning of the movie, I would dare say, was bad and was with like the Hulk's ex-girlfriend.
What
Like,
about the backgrounds? What did you feel about the green screen backgrounds at the very end? It was the very end, like where he's talking to the Hulk and they the
CGI blossom
the
field.
scene green. I was like, wait, if they could animate the Hulk,
honestly.
I said if they could
I
animate
didn't
the
even-
Hulk,
I honestly
why
didn't
can't he
notice
just
it.
be there and film it? I'm confused why he couldn't just be in there.
Also, wait a second. So the leader was that like he was like everywhere.
was.
How do you go for all the way from like that base to like to right in front of them in Washington in like a scene?
He was able to use his brain to teleport. He was like, I'm there now.
You didn't see the scene with him in the bike?
That helmet.
I better not fall off of this bike.
I'm fucked if I fall.
My big brain will do. They don't beat average brain.
And it was such a stretch to be like, oh, you shouldn't take the serum. It's like, no, just take the fucking serum because
that
you're
is
fighting the
true.
Hulk.
He was fighting the Hulk, and he was getting.
This is coming from the guy who's
demolished.
like, I don't want Deku to have superpowers.
Yeah,
Well, you're like, take the motherfucking serum.
yes, because look,
It's to prove the point of humanity and him being a human and still being able to take on these challenges.
But he shouldn't be able to because even Captain America had a hard time fighting a Hulk, right? And now you're gonna say that a normal guy.
all
has
Black
a hard
Panther
time
had was
having Hulk?
juice, and he became
Wow, he had
juice.
special
He had
juice.
juice and vibranium.
Yeah, and a whole suit of vibranium.
Black Widow, no powers.
This Captain America's got artificial
Black Widow's got
intelligence on
That's
his
the
side, though. He's got his little biplane or whatever.
The little red, what's it called?
Red Wing?
Red Wing, yeah, but it died.
Yeah.
Hulk killed it.
Yeah, he demolished all the Red Wings.
No, Red Wing.
I felt super bad for that. I was like, oh, his Speed Racer planes got killed.
I have two things.
It got killed.
I like how when all the other movies, when somebody hits vibranium, they get knocked back. But that's not necessarily how vibranium should work. It should absorb and not knock you back. So this movie had where he didn't get knocked back when somebody hit him. I was like, cool. Number two, I lost it. Hold on.
They should vibrate.
Honestly,
His wings did.
honestly, when the Hulk hits his like vibranium, he should be his bones should vibrate. Like at that point, like you're absorbing.
And he doesn't have super
like,
soldier serum, so he would have just fell apart.
Yeah. That is true. He would have been shake, rattle, and rolled.
I did have another one. I don't remember.
It'll come to you as we keep blabbering.
Yeah, I'm like, oh.
I think other things that I'm watching, which I may or may not allude to later this episode, maybe they've like lowered my just
Expectations.
not say expectations, but just like it's like I like this movie. Set up everything, it had payoffs. Maybe like it wasn't a perfect 100% movie. It's not like it's my favorite Marvel movie of all time, but I think it's like a smaller stakes standalone good movie. Like
I agree.
And yeah, like I do think it paid homage to like a lot of like 90s political movies, and it's not the most groundbreaking thing Marvel's ever done, but it doesn't need to be.
No.
Part of me is like, yeah, I wish Sam Wilson has like more of like a personal story. I was like, you know what? He does have a personal story because I like his relationship with Isaiah, his relationship with Joaquin, and
They live together.
And then I was like, and then when I thought about it, I was like, yeah, Steve Rogers didn't exactly have a family, and so maybe that's just a Captain America thing. So you got to disassociate Captain America from a family for some reason. The country's his family.
Yeah, Captain America was just chasing old pussy.
He was.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Peggy. You straight don't want to put out.
And he went back in time, and he got that.
Yeah, he wanted to fuck her so hard that he went back in time to fuck her.
Yeah.
Tony,
Back when it was tight.
Tony
Nobody
pulled a
said
Matt in
sympathy
this
ain't easy.
movie. The problem is, I have a theory that you're not supposed to go out to eat before you see the movie because you will fall asleep in the movie.
I get that.
Whoa.
We went out to eat before and then went to go see the movie with our friends. And so I had to go
I nodded off. Like,
like three times. I literally had to go.
No wonder the movie was disjointed.
Oh, man.
I literally said, open
Yeah, this movie just had like weird gaps where everything was black.
I didn't understand that. Was that an art piece?
is that like a David Lynch thing?
I mean, 1 minute they're at the White House, the next they're fighting the Celestial on the island.
How do you feel about the question I posed to you yesterday about this could have been season 2 of if
Falcon.
So
It
I
could have been.
I
Season
understand that, but when I was watching it, I was like, no, it couldn't have been because Falcon and Winter Soldier as a show, you
didn't have enough
there's
money
so
to
much
make it
pacing that you have to do to show that you have to buffer. Like there was a whole episode where he was just talking in the Captain America suit. There was like a whole episode where he's giving a speech.
3 seasons.
No, I liked it as a movie. I genuinely did like it.
3 seasons.
And I thought it was neat.
And it was a sequel to Secret Invasion
Oh, which we
because
we didn't watch the
because the president didn't do so good.
Oh, man.
So they need a new president.
I also
This
felt
movie.
lost about the Celestial in the water. I was like,
Steve Rogers?
Yes.
Old Steve Rogers?
Wait, wouldn't that just be Biden again? He looks just like him.
Yeah, they didn't exactly show who the vice president was and has become president. So I guess
It's Red Skull.
Oh, man, that would be crazy.
also lost about the Celestial in the water because
That's
we didn't
Eternals.
watch Eternals. So we're like,
it happened.
fuck, we know what we know
Yeah,
what a
it didn't
Celestial
play a
is.
role in the movie either. It was just kind of
It was
there,
the source of the
right? Adamantium. Yeah.
Yeah, but-
And they didn't really like. That was in a PowerPoint. It was exposition. It wasn't
Were you asleep during the PowerPoint?
Is that why you fell asleep?
PowerPoint.
School.
Yeah.
Oh God, a test.
I love that at the end of the movie. They're just like,
This is the test.
Yeah.
what happened to this PowerPoint?
Oh God.
What
damn.
material did they find?
No, genuinely, I think.
And the post-credit scene I thought was terrible.
Whoa. Him talking to the big brain man.
It was so stupid.
My brain sees other worlds.
I've seen the probabilities.
Yeah.
All right, what the hell are you talking about? And then he's like, yeah, you're going to have to fight. Like, there's other heroes, and you're going to fight them, and it's going to...
He did a Doctor Strange where he's like, there's a million, trillion, zillion
Yeah.
probabilities.
It was strange because it's like, we just saw all those.
Yeah. It's like,
We know that's coming.
you're gonna fight, and there's going to be others, heroes, and you're going to fight.
I think.
And he's like, what do you mean?
I think
You're going to fight.
I think our friend who we went with gave a perfect example of what they could have done. They could have done where like, what's his face who makes.
Oh, Stryker. Yeah, he was saying that the post-credit scene should have been like Stryker getting put onto the adamantium, because then we at least know, Wolverine
that would have
is
done nothing because we just saw Wolverine.
We saw, we did see a version of Wolverine.
I know, but like.
Yeah.
We need
who
new
cares?
Wolverine.
Like-
We need the new X-Men. We need the crew to be built up already. God.
Yeah, instead of having another team building movie.
Yes.
We'll get
Another
it.
fucking-
We'll get
They,
it.
Another
just,
team building.
they should just do that. I like that idea. At the end of each movie, they just add a new X-Men.
Yeah, so that team
that
building,
way
yeah.
so fucking
That way
funny.
you don't have to worry about a startup movie where they're like, oh,
30 movies.
Yeah. This one's Cyclops. This one's Jean.
Yeah.
So are they recasting people as they like
And then post credits.
die of age?
So genuinely, what I was gonna say is that like a lot of the complaints about the other Marvel stuff was like, okay, we're doing all this TV stuff, and it's not really tying to anything that we're seeing in the movies. Like when you watch WandaVision and then you watch Doctor Strange, those are two different complete things. Now you're talking about this movie where it felt neat because you're getting the Incredible Hulk stuff that like, okay, those loose ends that were never tied up with that. Cool, we're getting that.
Yeah, the leader
and
yeah.
The Eternals. We haven't seen that island in a while. Okay, here we're getting that, and it feels like an actual continuation of okay, this is stuff that's come before, and now we're actually getting it together in one set piece. So
I wanted to see
I
the
genuinely was like,
Eternals.
oh, cool. This is. It felt more like payoff. And I felt good because I'm like, okay, cool. Because I watched the other things, I'm able to get more enjoyment out of this.
I wanted to see him shirtless, and I did not see him shirtless like once.
who? Mackie?
Sam?
He was shirtless.
He was shirtless.
He
once.
was?
You fell asleep during that part?
I didn't fall asleep at all.
She was waking up
Correction.
Tony during that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Yeah, he did. He was shirtless. He took his shirt off and showed his wounds off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he had the
I wanna
bandages.
see
Yeah.
America's ass. He's representing America's ass.
They can't show that. They could say shit a couple of times. They can't show ass.
Show me your ass. You're so
They're
willing
not at
to
that
show
point
titties.
yet.
Show me
Anthony
your
Mackie
ass.
is built like. So he's got a crazy ass. I can only imagine.
That's what I
What if
wanna
it's all
see.
padding?
Yeah. Oh, that'd be nice.
I want to see him
No one's
slip
talking
into
about
his
me
suit.
like they talked about Brie Larson.
I want to see him slip
smile
into
more.
his suit like this, and then him being like these little shorty shorts, and they go.
Did we see it in,
into
That Black Mirror episode?
his outfit?
Super Smash Brothers episode of Black Mirror.
That one he's in.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't think he was ever fully naked in that episode.
Oh, he's probably naked in Altered Carbon, right?
Whoa.
Oh, was he naked in Alter Carbon?
I don't.
I feel like that's the show to show his ass.
Let me look.
Quickly. His ass in Twisted Metal or Steel or whatever.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah, that's right. He was in Twisted.
Yeah.
But
Wait, did
was
we?
his butt?
He did
I
bang,
think
but
he did see
but they
something.
might have kept it really tasteful. I think. I'm not sure. Listen, we gotta go on some websites.
She's already researched.
AmericasAss.com.
Yeah.
So even though like I'm guessing the Bucky scene was like probably like a
on
reshoot thing when they're like, oh,
Whoa,
this is where
he's
the
on
plot's
Ozempic?
going.
He looks. Did you see his face? The actor, he's definitely on
Sebastian
Ozempic.
Stan.
His face
Oh,
looks.
Sebastian Stan is on Ozempic.
You see his face get that little
okay.
He
narrow.
had to gain all the actual weight for the Trump movie, and then he had to lose it to go back into the.
Ozempic. Oh.
Yeah,
yeah,
That's why
probably.
he has the Ozempic face.
When they
That's
did
why I
the
was
side profile, I was
He's so
like, oh, J.D.
beautiful.
Vance is in the movie.
Oh, you do. You do.
Sebastian Stan?
Yeah.
We don't talk bad on Sebastian Stan. I
We
love
don't.
that man.
Ultra carbon.
I'm just saying he resembled
Yes.
J.D. Vance.
Hold down.
Well,
Imagine that's how it works.
Slow down. Enhance.
Whoa, yeah, see?
We're just looking at.
Oh my God, it's live. I didn't know it was animated.
Yeah, it's a GIF.
He's like, yeah, Rach.
It's live, yeah.
Oh my God, I'm in his house.
Damn.
You're like the leader, just teleporting.
You saying my name? Okay. Yeah, I thought the Bucky scene was. I liked it because he had the best line in the whole movie about like you have something for people to aspire to be. So I was like, oh yeah, they nailed the line. So it's like they're gonna hang on to that one for a decade. I feel like.
I like that he's got script writers for his little speech.
That was funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, except the end there.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to successfully become a congressman based on the trailers for Thunderbolts?
Whatever he does, I'll be happy.
Whatever he does, it always ends in tragedy.
Yeah, I know. Surprised he didn't die in this movie.
He just trips on his way out.
Yeah.
Oh, I broke my femur and I feel an embolism coming out.
He was 110 or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would happen?
Thunderbolts looks cool though.
I'm excited for it, but just because it has Bucky. Oh, we all know Taskmaster's going to die, right? Because there's one
Barely.
scene of the whole...
Yeah, one scene. Yeah.
Even all the team shots, they didn't even CGI.
But that's why I was happy that Bucky was in more scenes than what we saw before. I was like, oh, good, he's more in the movie.
But we already know that it's more of a Yelena movie than it is a Bucky movie. He's just there, but it's okay. Bucky's in it.
Yeah. I mean, I hope they're happy because they're both huge movie stars now, so we're lucky to have them. Okay, should we stay on the Marvel topic and then we'll kind of move on to other things?
Sure.
Has anyone watched the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man?
We watched all of them.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, except this week's.
Except this week.
Wow. Okay, I watched 2 and I felt like I'm good.
Wow.
I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets good. I like it. So far, it's pretty satisfying.
Yeah. I like the twist on the whole dynamic of okay, instead of Robert Downey Jr. Why can't Tony Stark? Why am I saying his actor's name? That's how they get you. It's marketing. Yeah, it's marketing. So instead of Tony Stark, it's Norman Osborn, and you get to see the relationship between him and Spider-Man, and how that develops.
And then he gets all these different suits, like the comic book. They're trying to test out suits for him, and he gets all the
from his identity crisis kind of comics, where you see him with a cape as Prodigy, and then you see him as the I forgot the other one's name, but the one where he has the wings.
All black is my favorite one.
Oh, Dust.
Sounded to the kid, and the kid's like, they even reference the video game where she's like, my
balloon. Yeah.
and you're like, oh, okay.
And it's gonna be interesting to see how other characters develop too, because now
Rhino's in there too.
Yeah, Rhino, but also the female version of the Lizard. It's not Dr. Connors. It's still Dr. Connors, but it's a woman as the man. And then
they have a girl from Wakanda there too.
Whoa.
In the lab.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Wakanda.
She's like, yeah, I'm from Wakanda.
From Wakanda.
Why not?
She's like, I would have been able to say
And someone else from Long Island. Yeah, I was surprised that the Long Island girl in the lab was not a stereotypical one, but she was just kind of like a sassy woman, which was kind of cool. But all right, not bad.
Yeah.
Oh, and now they're friends. What's his face?
Oh, Lincoln March. Turns into Tombstone.
Tombstone is there.
Yeah.
Did you scream when you saw what Aunt May looked like the first time? Because I did. I was like, oh my God.
When Ant-Man, you said?
Yeah. Her head is huge.
Her head is huge.
She's got a pumpkin head.
She does have a pumpkin head.
And she's like, kill me.
Wait, what are we talking about?
I don't know. This is because it was early in the first episode, and I don't like the art style. I had a
That's what I was
and I don't like Peter's voice is also an issue. For somehow, not to say I don't know. I just feel like one doesn't personally for me pair with the other. And it was I don't know. I just found it very unappealing, which was I was like, if the plot doesn't win me over in 2 episodes, I don't know if I'm gonna. There's so many other things I could be watching. So
my problem is that there's so many other better Spider-Man shows that are out there already that look better and are animated better, and I'm just I can't
give them your
stand.
business.
I can't stand the way this is animated. It bothers me. I'm a sucker for good animation, but this reminds me of the Junji Ito show because it's 3 frames per second and it pisses me off. But I've seen scenes that are better.
Yeah.
So it's then why? I don't know. They should have had a stronger animation.
I think it lends
It's
itself.
trying to be comic book.
I think it,
Yeah.
but it doesn't. But there's 1,000 ways that they've proven they can do that.
Yeah.
I think it does lend itself better to like when Spider-Man's got the mask on and like when you're not seeing human faces. It's like when I've seen like action shots of Spider-Man swinging, I was like, I do understand.
Yeah.
I like how they go deep in characters' backstories. Like Lincoln is from a bad neighborhood.
Whoa.
His brother joins a gang, and he has to step up to take his brother's place, or else they'll kill his brother, kind of thing. Or like just even like the villains have like actual emotions. Like you're like, oh, okay, this is why they did that.
You know what I think my problem is? Because Spider-Man has proven so well that they could do like weird choppy framing and stuff, because they have both Spider-Verse movies, and both of them are significantly better animated than this. And then
But don't they take a long time to animate? Isn't that why the movies take so long to come out?
So you're telling me that you should just release the crappier rushed one?
No, so for the reason why I don't have a problem with it is because I remember the Ultimate Spider-Man game, and like to me, like this is like an improvement over the Ultimate Spider-Man game. So it's like, and they're going for the same style where it's like you have the comic frames and the way that things move and stuff.
Yeah, but do you remember that old CG Spider-Man show?
Yeah, the one from MTV.
That was animated better than this.
So I guess there's one more thing that comes to mind on the Marvel topic, which is a trailer, of course, for the Fantastic Four. That's come out since we last recorded an episode, and I'm sure that people have lots of feelings. The internet had a lot of feelings. I personally thought hopeful about it.
Pray.
I do think that this seems, from the outside looking in, the most rushed movie that they've ever done. Which was the one where they brought them out on stage like the day after they were like cast? Was it San Diego or New York Comic Con?
That was San Diego, right?
Okay,
San Diego. The flying car.
That was San Diego.
Yeah,
okay.
that was San Diego.
Even still, I don't know. For some reason, it just feels so fast that they're already like, you know, they got a trailer. The movie's coming out.
Yeah.
Like what? May?
Yeah.
Or I forget if it was May or July, but either way, like it just seems like that turnover, like less than a year for a movie, basically filming.
And at San Diego, they're like, all right, now we got to go make the movie. Bye.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful, but I'm worried. Like that would be where I'm at right now, because I'm like, I've seen so many like Fantastic Four movies fail and flop that I'm like, is this movie cursed? Like, should we just pretend like they don't exist?
What if they sage the set or something?
Not enough. There's not a big enough sage to sage like 4 movies. The last one was so bad that I like.
Oh, Fan Four Stick.
I remember that. That was that one was bad.
I haven't seen it, but I want to.
Oh,
I guess the thing is out.
It's so bad.
I only just saw it like a few months ago. I think I talked about it. I was like, I finally saw it, everyone.
You get it?
Yeah, of course I get it.
Yeah, you get where we're.
But you guys also like overhyped how shitty. So I was just like, this is so crazy.
I'm walking in with like ground floor expectations, and I'm scared that it's set in the 50s and like different.
But what if the villain is a more elaborate
fart? Do it because I've seen it on the TV show.
I mean, I from what they've shown, I really like how they make it. Yeah, I like the faux. I agree. The retro futuristic look that they're giving it, like the Jetsons, that they're in a different universe, and you know, like the fan theories have been flying about like what that could mean.
It just worries me that they're gonna die. It worries me that they've already confirmed like this universe isn't gonna like.
Oh, probably it's gonna bite the big one. Yeah,
they said that this universe. I go, then why even establish like I understand you want to establish
what they have to go.
Yeah.
And plus, they got that little Rob the Robot buddy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I want a Winter Soldier movie, just a Winter Soldier movie, not a Fantastic Four movie.
Wow.
They're just gonna die at the end, you know. Like, I want one where they're actually in.
They're not gonna
die. Yeah,
their world's
yeah. They're gonna jump into a beam in the sky, and we're gonna be like, "Oh no!"
Wow, for the first time they're not fighting.
First time,
guys, everybody jump in!
First time in this universe.
Multiverse of Madness. It's just gonna be in the
Get in,
Doctor Strange.
And then they're gonna learn the name of Spider-Man's universe.
Get in.
Oh my God,
Get in, loser.
I'm excited to see Ruth as Silver Surfer.
Yes.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, I forgot the female Silver Surfer.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah,
Or not.
Or not.
Or yeah,
We'll see.
Silver Surfette.
Yeah, Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfer.
It's like how they have Smurfette.
Yeah.
Surfette.
Surfette.
Yeah.
There'll be the Council of Silver Surfers, and she's the only Surfette.
She's like, wow, I can't wait to ride space.
I don't know shit about fuck.
Oh man.
Wow, there she is.
the trailer doesn't show Mr. Fantastic using his abilities at all, right?
No.
Like the Invisible Woman, I don't think is ever really invisible, but she does do some sort of like shielding type of thing and an ability. But I don't know. Does that mean that they're afraid he's gonna look really stupid? I feel like they're afraid because that is a difficult thing to translate to a movie. I think because of course I don't remember Force Stick so much, but the original two, it's like. Stretch Armstrong, man. Like, so
he does have the silliest power, and that's what I think makes him the most endearing.
I am worried to see the Rock guy. His animation already. I'm like,
oh, I thought he looked cool.
He looks cool, but I'm like,
oh, this looks neat.
I'm gonna need you to animate that. Like, move it more.
It looks so. All right.
I want you to move it more next to somebody who's.
But you like the Spider-Man show?
But the difference is there isn't live action people in the animated stuff.
Yeah, no, I get it, but like,
so when you have something
for the
animated,
aesthetic
it
of it, it looks great. It looks fine.
Personally, I like the aesthetic of the animated Spider-Man. If you must know, I like it because it's comic booky.
I understand.
If you walk in there and expecting to get like something animated that you normally would see, you're gonna not like it.
But you don't like the timepiece Fantastic Four movie that is different.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I said I'm worried about it.
Yeah.
That's all.
We'll see what happens once the movie comes out, and if it stinks or it's a keeper.
It's still up in the air. We have no clue what's going to happen.
Because, like you said, the other movies haven't really played out that well. I mean, look at how often they're in the MCU.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just worried because it was rushed. That's what I'm worried.
They rushed it.
Yeah,
I'm worried that it's rushed. That the animation looks cool, but what about if they just clip the coolest looking animation?
Yeah, I feel like that's possible. I feel like
You
that's
know what I
definitely
mean? What
possible.
about if they just clipped a really good scene of
I think they're like expedite this for the trailer, expedite this, and who knows if they'll even be in the movie, but they probably will be. But that's. I mean,
they could always hatch it afterwards.
They could always delay movies because they do it all the time.
Yeah.
But I think they're trying to meet these deadlines for the other two Avengers movies. So wasn't part of the issue with the Force Stick movie that they had too much time and like the Fox or whatever stepped in.
Yeah, John
they're like
war with them.
Change this and change this and change this. And this one, there's just no time for any of that. They're just gonna be like, whatever it is, it's out there. They do.
Which is, it's so strange because they said, oh, we're going to make less movies to make them more quality.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, they're rushing the movies that they're trying to make the quality. So it's like, no, you're still not doing it right.
We're probably going to see Mr. Fantastic because it's not done. They didn't have They don't have one where he's stretching it.
Yeah, they forgot to put the goop in his
They're saving that, but they're saving that animation and nothing else.
I feel
You're going to
like
show us the city, but you're not going to show us one of the main characters.
I feel like if they're able to do a Kamala Khan, I mean, they should be able to just like.
How long did that take, Matt, though? You know what I mean? How long did
It was
take?
quick enough. They had a series and her in a movie.
She doesn't
even stretch in the
But doesn't she make a
MCU.
big fist?
Yeah, but it's a big gem fist.
Yeah, it's basically like Green
that's
Lantern.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, well, I guess we'll have to see.
Because they wanted to keep the stretching for Mr. Fantastic.
maybe
They're all in
yeah.
the studio right now.
What if he has rings and he makes it like
That
Maybe he'll
would
have
be
gem
crazy.
power.
It's just his fingers.
Oh, my God. He's got the hot dog fingers like from everything there.
Well, I'm just like, what are the odds that right now in some sort of like VFX place in Marvel, they're just like, he looks so fucking stupid. I've been trying for the last 4 months. He just looks so fucking stupid.
They just like stable diffuser.
We can't put any of this in the trailer.
Like 12 fingers.
Oh my God! They just AI the shit out of him.
Because AI, I feel, is capable of doing that because it's weird, but it'll just give him a million fingers.
Which they could use. It's fine. You haven't really figured.
He'll just look more shiny because AI always makes it look a little more shiny.
Yeah, nice claws.
Add
Put a little gloss all over. Baby oil, please.
1,000 bottles, please.
Somebody call him Diddy.
Release him from prison now.
Wow.
Oh man. But yeah,
You realize what's coming out the soonest, though, now, with the most upcoming MCU releases? Daredevil.
Oh yeah.
that's
I
right.
forgot about it. Yeah.
Right? Is that crazy? Yeah, I was like, oh shit, that's out?
Yeah. Wow.
I heard it's going to be darker. That's what I've heard. It's going to be darker than the Netflix
it's starting to worry me now because the show is like, yeah, it's really, really dark.
How dark? Disney dark? Or is it like...
I'm
kill his
concerned because they
I'm like-
literally, when they had the early screenings of it, everyone's like, "Oh no, this is shit," and
Yeah.
And now Kingpin's toting around the actor. He's like, yeah, guess what? Kingpin gets fat in this one. We're like, what does that mean? What do you mean he gets fat in this one?
Just all scenes of him eating.
He just does mukbang.
Yeah, he ends up looking like the Spider-Verse one. He's just gonna get a head on a tank.
Oh man,
I have no clue. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know. How many of the original cast is gonna be dead?
Yeah, that's the thing too. Yeah, but I'm glad the Punisher's back. That's cool.
Yeah,
we never finished the show though.
Okay, we could stop at the first or second episode. I heard it's not good all the way through.
Oh, damn.
I've heard really good things.
Yeah, I've heard.
Good? It's still good.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
people
Mark really
liked
likes
it.
it.
Yeah. John's dad doesn't even watch Marvel stuff, but he's like, that show was so good.
It's like my dad and the Penguin,
Yeah.
but he doesn't. So good. It's not part of the universe though.
Oh
like,
my God.
yeah,
That's a funny
I don't.
conversation.
Just say you like it. Like, that's all you have to say. He said the same exact thing to my brother. We were on the phone the other day. I was like, so did he pitch to you that it's not like any other copy? He goes, word for word.
Oh my God.
Word for word. I go, okay, bro. All right. Whatever you say.
Well, we'll find out. Yeah, I think we're all at least going to try that show.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So now we'll dive across the waters to DC stuff that's come out recently. Quick question: have we talked about Creature Commandos since it ended? I don't remember.
Since
it's
over? Yeah, I don't think we talked about the end.
Do you remember the ending?
Yes.
Okay.
You can't forget the ending. It
Oh.
stays with you.
Whoa, really?
Uh-huh.
One part of the ending I
One part.
can't forget, but what's the other part?
The one part. The one part.
All right,
of the
spoilers. Okay. All right.
ending, when she dies.
Yeah. That's the part I remember. But
When they
what
were
else
like,
happened?
you have to go. That whole episode with her growing up
yeah.
and
Yeah.
shit. And
I'm back.
that was one of the worst ones.
Well, have you seen it?
No.
Mm-mm.
Do you care?
No, I don't care about spoilers. Feed me.
Not to spoil
Feed
it.
me. See more.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
It's not worth talking about and spoiling.
That's whatever.
No,
I don't care.
don't. Let's keep it spoiler free.
What?
That's very hard. Okay.
I'll look it up later.
Did you like it? Let's not
not
dwell
now?
on this topic. The show's been over
Very
for a little
sad
while, but
episode.
like we always say, there's so many things to watch. So yeah.
Sad episode. Through and through.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, I felt bad for this character, but now I heard people go, fuck that character, fuck that guy.
Wow.
Yeah, just because. But again, who he is like a mindless
Yeah.
creature, kind of,
Well, I mean,
to a point.
yeah. Without saying
kinda
why
like,
or what, like I know you're talking about the Frankenstein guy.
No,
Oh, you're not? Oh, crap. Oh,
I'm talking about the dog guy.
because he's pretty shitty too.
He was pretty shitty. He's been a pretty shitty character, like
throughout.
like he's self-motivated, like his own stuff. No, but the dog character, we were like, fuck that character.
Oh, I love Weasel. He could do no wrong in
he's
my
the
eyes,
reason.
even if he eats people.
Essentially.
Oh yeah, but yeah, the show gives all the context. You feel bad for him.
Yeah, you're supposed to you do feel bad because he like associates the princess with the character that he was trying to protect, like in his past. So you're like, okay, he's like a dog. I'm gonna give him a little bit of credit, but I heard people online being like, fuck that guy, fuck him. He's like, fuck, I used to feel bad for him, but fuck him.
Maybe they're attracted to him and they want to fuck him.
No, it was like that guy's dead to me. I'm like, oh, wow. That's what I
He's
heard. I was
there.
like, all right. I feel bad for her because very innocent. Like,
Yeah, I feel bad for both. I mean, it's not like
I feel bad for all.
it's just the
You're
way
like,
the circumstances ended up, but it's because each
They
of
make
them
it
have
clear
their
that
own-
all of them are like victims of circumstance. Like every single one of them, they're monsters, but they weren't monsters when they first were like.
They're troubled souls.
except Frankenstein.
Except Frankenstein, he's always been.
Yeah, he's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
He just wants love.
I'm my bride.
Yeah.
And then his bride gets fucked by.
I have to
somebody else.
admit,
Oh, damn.
if there's one thing the show won me over about it was his character, because I was like, oh, he's
Real bad.
badly voice acted.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. I'm not saying it was totally intentional, but I do think that towards the end they managed to use that monotoneness to his benefit.
Yeah.
And he ended up being very silly and very quirky and very fun.
Yeah.
I think the show overall was good. I don't think it like had any of. I mean, it was kind of like watching like The Boys or Invincible. It was like blood for the sake of blood.
Yeah.
And they should thank the shows for opening the door for them to have all this blood and gore on television, if that's what they're into. Other than that, I don't know.
I'm excited for the next season.
I'm more excited for like Peacemaker season 2
you're right.
and
Yeah. It's
What
a
the hell
good
they do
in
with Superman.
between. I was like, it's a good in between waiting for the next.
Yeah.
Like I was like, it's a good like.
Nothing wrong with it. Yeah.
It's a good filler. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, so he was right, huh?
Yeah, he said the first few episodes, he said it was like,
and then afterwards you.
So he was honest. Yeah. That's good. That's good to know.
But I just got worried because when we're watching him, he's like, everything's great, everything's amazing. I go, everything can't be great and amazing all the time. Like, I know you're trying to.
It's subjective too. It's very subjective.
Cup half full. He's a good guy.
He's probably feeling like those Fantastic Four animators right now because he's like, fuck, all my shit's coming out soon. I don't want people to hate Superman. Does Crypto look silly?
Superman's stretching really good, though.
He's a bow wow.
I don't even think the trailer dropped when we saw him live. He was hinting at when it was going to drop.
Oh, for the Superman trailer? Yeah.
But he never, it didn't drop at that point.
Oh, because they did use him for the Super Bowl.
I'm just surprised how many people are shoving in that movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of people now.
It's like,
I'm almost worried about how much he can only do group building.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you think about, I'm like, but like, this is a Superman movie. Like, I get
it's
it, but
supposed to
like,
focus
you
on
have
Superman.
several other characters. Like, you're not going to do any of their backstories or anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I guess it's kind of ambitious, right? Because it's like, okay, who cares about their backstories? Usually, if you know the characters, there they are.
yeah, it's like if you know the characters, but some of these characters people don't know.
That's okay. They get their own separate movie 10 years from now.
If you're just a normal person who doesn't know comic books like us, who the fuck is Hawkgirl? Who the fuck is Hawkgirl?
So did she have a talk show?
Yeah, it's like, who
Didn't
the
she say
fuck is
spit on that
hell?
thing?
Like,
She is more recognizable than Hawkgirl right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Hawkgirl doesn't have her own cryptocurrency.
That'll be her next movie.
I can't wait to be watching the Superman movie and being like, you know what? It does make sense why there's a giant squid outside and everyone's taking things super calm.
or like when he's hugging, like in the trailer when he's hugging Lois, and you're like, there's a monster out there.
I can't wait to be watching it and be like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Drags Lois with him.
Yeah.
Mommy, I need you. You're like, all right. I pray to God he's not like a little simp boy.
I hope he is.
Nice.
I've been waiting for that one.
Superman and Lois.
It might as well be that because Superman's great.
That was
but
only
I always
Brandon
feel
Routh's
as a simp
Superman,
boy.
right?
He is. He's never really
Okay.
going after any other woman besides.
Well, Lana Lane, but
Oh,
but
Lana
it's
Lane. Well,
always
forget about
waiting
her.
for
I've
him.
never heard of her before.
That's only on television. And maybe like Superman 3 or 4.
Yeah.
The thing is, he's dangerous because all of his emotions are based on like people, like really based on people. I went, oh no.
Yeah, Superman's only got like a few love interests, right? Wonder Woman sometimes.
His hand.
Lois.
His hand.
You say his hand or his aunt?
Well, let's do both. I said his hand, but you know what? It's in the mix.
His aunt, yeah. His aunt.
Oh my god.
No. Spider-Man's like a pussy magnet in comparison.
Yeah.
He's got like everybody's after him.
Yeah.
But Superman, he's chasing after everyone.
Yeah.
That's true.
I feel like
because
he
he's
chooses the girls that don't want him, and then he's like, "Please, mommy, please."
I think it's a power thing.
No, I think
think
it's
it's
an
a mask.
abandonment thing. I think it's an abandonment thing. I think it's like because his parents died, he's always searching for that love that he's never gonna have.
You think this is going to be the 40th Superman movie?
Yes. He's gonna simp over that dog so hard.
Oh my God, it's my aunt.
Whose turn is it?
He's gonna simp over that dog so bad.
They're all going to be in a room in one scene. He's going to be like,
It's gonna be like Crypto, take me home with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Superman edging.
Yeah. Crypto, take me to the club.
Gooner Man.
Maxing.
Yeah, the look maxing.
Oh my God.
Look maxing.
Oh my God.
This is the whole. You gotta spin your jaw.
He's learning it from Jor-El in the Fortress.
To look max, you must do this.
You're a Max man.
Yeah.
You're Max Man now. Super Max.
It's
The viewing too.
going to be a great movie. I can't wait.
Can't wait for Maxing.
All right, so the other thing, I guess it's being released now is Harley Quinn.
Yes.
And what,
Yes.
5? I don't know.
One of the seasons.
Yeah,
Most
What?
later
It's one of the
seasons.
There's
seasons.
a new season of Harley Quinn in 2025. So
Yeah.
timestamp
They
that.
switch up the where they are. They're now in Metropolis. They're because essentially Gotham's ruined by them. Essentially everything they did ruined Gotham.
I think I saw the first one. I got to watch more of it. Yeah.
So they ruined. So they're like, okay, Lex Luthor's sister invites them, likes their vibe, and invites them there to, I don't know, to do stuff. She really wants Poison Ivy to work at this lab and create like a greener metropolis, whether that's for her own good or not, we don't know. She's not really like, she's still not a good person like Lex Luthor is. Like secretly she's dating Batman currently, and it starts off that Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn, they weren't invited to Superman's gala. Like
no, they weren't invited to Superman's
They weren't invited, and they wanted to steal this box.
Because Harley was upset because she saved Superman, and Superman never said thank you.
And she's very upset that she was like, I deserve a thank you, and I didn't even get a thank you. Even at the end, she has a conversation with him about, like, because he feels like he has nothing to do because everything's perfect, and there's these cameras that watch and save people. So he's like, oh, I feel like I have nothing to do. So she convinces him he should go explore space to, like, new stuff to do. And he flies off, and she goes, still no thank you. Still not a single fucking thank you, right? At all. And then this episode was pretty funny because of they really wanted the shower head. They really wanted the shower head. I really like how now they're incorporating King Shark's kids. So King Shark has like 7 kids, and they're all like nightmare fuel.
Wow.
But there's one specifically in the episodes that they're in that they see a lot more.
Because he likes Harley and...
Because he likes Harley and Poison Ivy. So I'm like, oh, okay.
It's like, oh, my queer aunts.
That's actually their godmother. Harley,
yeah.
Harley and Poison Ivy are their godmothers.
Yeah.
So he's off doing whatever now, but we got the plant back. We got Clayface.
Oh, yeah.
One of those. We got Clayface back too, and he's not famous anymore. And there was a whole episode where he essentially took over the Daily Planet so he could write good articles about his play that sucked.
Oh my god!
So that everybody would go and see his stuff. So in the other Harley Quinn episodes, he became really super like famous, like a famous actor, and like it's good so far.
Yeah.
I like it.
And I like how they introduced like Lois and like how she's playing a bigger role and stuff.
They introduced Poison Ivy's backstory, how she became.
How she became
in this
Poison Ivy.
universe.
Oh, cool.
And she killed the guy who. So she was sleeping with the professor, and the professor just wanted. I forgot the plant's name.
Frank?
She had baby Frank, the baby plant. She's like, I made this, blah blah blah, and he essentially wanted to take credit for it and take her work, and they were arguing, and then he's like, F you, and slams the chemicals down and locks the door. So she's like, and then she injects herself with the same thing that Frank was injected with, and she turns green. And she ends up killing the guy, so it's fun.
Yeah, I also like how, like in this episode, they had more of like the Bat family kind of. They're talking about Jason now, but I'm like, all right, you got Jason, you got Dick. We're gonna get Tim. Are we gonna get Tim?
I'm
he said
afraid
he had
of Tim being
two.
in that show.
Didn't he say he had 2 kids?
afraid
that
what?
died?
Of Tim being in that show.
Oh, I like how he's gonna be. Yeah.
Didn't they have 2 kids that died? He said 2 of them died.
Yeah, Dick and Jason.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now Dick's back, and
Jason's gonna be back.
Jason will probably come back at some point. And the only one they're missing is Tim because they already have.
They even have
Batgirl.
Batgirl.
Yeah, that's
but
the
And
isn't
that
she
spoiler in the
paralyzed?
Kite Man
Oh, they had
show.
Spider. Yeah, they had
Spoiler.
Spoiler.
They did mention Gotham City Sirens. They were working together in the very beginning, and then they realized that they couldn't work together, and then they immediately broke up.
Oh, that was
but
funny,
they
yeah.
had her. Was she paralyzed? She's paralyzed at this point. Batgirl.
Oh yeah.
She's Oracle now. So
Oh, okay.
They mentioned Oracle. Oracle's directing them, and they're not. Catwoman's not really listening. They all don't really like each other. Poison Ivy, canonically in the comics, doesn't like a Catwoman. Like they just don't. They don't mesh together, and they don't mesh together in this, which is cool to see. But yeah, I like that. And they were trying to steal something that Enchantress was in the first episode, which is cool. And they incorporate some things that and also funny stuff that makes it like Joker's still like the dad.
Yeah.
He's still the dad-like character still, and still learning Spanish, essentially. And yeah, he knows who Bruce is because that episode where he unmasked him and he went, oh.
Wait.
Yeah.
No, Harley Quinn unmask him? I forgot who unmasked him. He goes, no.
Ruin the fun.
You ruin all the fun.
But
and it's just,
does he still know? Because in this episode, when Alfred because when Alfred showed up as like the macaroni guy, he was like, "What?" He was like, "Oh, your butler is Batman's C-list."
Oh, maybe he doesn't.
Maybe he
that
forgot or
was
something.
canonical.
Yeah,
But he even saw Dick Grayson's face. Was like, I thought this guy was dead.
yeah. So I don't know. Maybe he
think
just
he
didn't know.
knows.
Maybe he just
Maybe
didn't know that Alfred was macaroni.
Because Lois doesn't know, does she?
I feel like if anybody would know, it would be Lois. Yeah.
Oh, and Brainiac shows up in episodes where you're like, that's who's controlling.
Oh, you see Brainiac's backstory in this version.
Oh my God, you see Brainiac's backstory, and he talks like way you would think he would talk on the alien planet. It was a whole episode of it where he goes off. He has a monkey too. He goes off. He has a whole family. He has a wife and a kid, and he goes off. All right, I'm gonna go off and get this thing from this other planet and come back. And he comes back and everybody's just like decimated and dead. They are robots essentially, right?
Yeah, like they kind of combine. So
They had like
In the
take off
comics,
their
there's-
face and put on another face.
in the comics, there's different versions of Brainiac. Some of them they're saying like, oh, he's like a Kaluuyan. I think that's the name of the planet. But so it's like an actual like species. And then sometimes he's like a robot, like you see in like the animated series and stuff like that. So they kind of combined it so that he's a robot species from Kaluuyan.
He
Great alcohol.
exactly. And then you see him go to Krypton and shrink his city
Yeah.
and put it in
Kandor,
the bottle thing, and you just see him like slowly, like he has the monkey to talk to, but not really anybody else. And then he's talking to the monkey, and then you see Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy show up, and it ends up being that monkey's been dead for a while because he lives forever. And I guess he associates Harley Quinn with his wife. Like he sees it reminds him of his wife for like a minute, but now she's having they wiped her memory and Poison Ivy's memory, and she's just having nightmares of skulls, like metal skulls. So essentially, that's where we're up to on this. It's been a cool ride so far.
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm interested to see because now they set up so that she's going to work with Lois at the Daily Planet to try to figure out how, like, why Brainiac is in their dreams and stuff.
They don't
Without
know
knowing
it's
Brainiac.
They say why skulls are in Lois's and Harley Quinn's dreams.
And then
She peed the bed. In the beginning, she said, "Why am I waking up from these skull-shaped nightmares and waking up piss all over me?"
Yeah,
like how they just walk over that. Like she didn't just say that.
Yeah, and then even Ivy's like, because Lois offers an internship to Harley, and Ivy laughs, and then she's like, Ivy has a PhD. She's not gonna work as an intern at the Daily Planet. And then Harley's like, I'll do it.
But right now she's just cleaning the apartment. Like she doesn't really have a purpose here.
Yeah.
While Poison Ivy works at the labs doing the Green Initiative, which feels like it's going to be something like not good, but she just doesn't know it yet. They have an apartment owned by Bruce Wayne. They live in that apartment. Yeah, so far that's what it is.
It's a solid.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It is
Yeah,
the 5th season. Yeah, confirmed. And it's still running full steam.
yeah, definitely.
Hey, good for them. Happy for them.
I want to watch that stuff. I want to watch Invincible. There's a lot of stuff I want to watch, but I can't.
I feel that.
Because when it's with AJ, I can't watch
can't
that
watch
stuff anymore.
I watched the first episode of the new season of Invincible, and it's good. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to watching more.
I've seen so much Bluey.
Yeah. let's get into
You
it.
should instead of Batwoman, it's
I've
Bluey
seen
episodes.
all of Bluey. All of it. Probably twice, 3 times.
Wow, lucky.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good character. Yeah.
character.
There's nonstop. And now Corey also likes Bluey.
Oh, it's too much.
But it's like, I want to watch the other stuff, man. Even like Vox Machina, solo leveling. It's like that kind of stuff I can't watch unless he's like asleep or napping. God, Jesus, I just want to watch that stuff.
You put the edited version, but then you won't be able to probably
Put
understand.
out like a tablet in front of you or something like that while they're watching the other show.
Yeah.
Put him in front of Roblox. No, Roblox.
The problem is I would feel bad because like he's like, Dad, look, Dad, look. And he's like excited to watch it with me.
Like Bluey.
And I want to still have that experience and watch it.
It's true. It is worth it. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
He was like that the other day when we were watching it. Look. and then he's gonna do this, and I was like, why would I look then?
You're describing it to me.
He's going through the phase where he's just like naming the ending and stuff.
And he wants to play the games from Bluey now.
Yes.
He wants to play like the moving statues.
Last night he did want that Bluey. So he went to go pick a Five Nights game, and I went, "Does your dad let you play this game?" Yeah, and I went, "Are you lying to me?" And he went, "Oh."
What?
Yeah, so you are lying to me.
Minecraft
It says,
one.
Tony went, "It says team. You can't play this."
Yeah, so you see this letter? And he's like, T. I'm like, yeah, that T means you can't play it.
For Tony.
Tony for me. Now you sit down and watch.
And then he almost bought coins. I watched him almost buy like $80.
$89
coins.
Yeah.
I went, no.
That's a mom and dad, dude. I can't.
They don't know how to work the thing. You're like, well, how do you go back? He's just pressing buttons.
It's a whole different podcast.
They accidentally buy it. They press buttons.
That's what happened with the Minecraft one.
Oh my god.
They spend money on Minecraft, and I was like, "Hey, what's great? Hey, how do you have this?" So, is it?
We needed Tony. I was like, I don't know how to back out from the screen. I only know PlayStation.
V button.
This is I don't really know X.
Or the
It's actually
circle.
LB.
Whoa.
Yeah.
La Bamba?
La Bamba, Rabamba.
That's almost you're almost saying bumper, which is right.
Yeah.
But
I'm up on Dragon Ball Daima.
Ooh.
There's, I think, 3 episodes left.
Did the dub come out yet? Or
Yes.
Yeah, there's been a couple of dub episodes. Yep.
we watched 2, I think. Did we watch 2?
It's a weekly release, and I don't know. What they,
I
like,
think the dub is on like episode 6 or something.
Okay.
We're gonna have to watch the
I'm not
dub
gonna-
because I can't.
Whoa.
I'm not going
I
to
can't read either.
spoil plot, but I would do a vibe check if that's acceptable.
okay.
Oh, boy.
Did it drop off a cliff?
I don't know. It depends how you look at it and what you want out of the show. And again, it's just sort of. I remember last time I was like, yeah, something exciting happens, but it's just sort of like you appreciate the moment, but then you start thinking about like, did they put anything plot wise in place to set this up? Is this just a mindless show for children? And it's starting to appear that it's basically a mindless show for children.
I like it.
Yeah.
So AJ.
That makes sense.
Nothing, not even a drop of blood in this show. So, might as well. It's such a nice looking show. It's still like totally fun to watch and enjoy, but then just like, you really leave your brain at the door. It's just, things just sort of kind of happen. And when the early parts of the show may set up things, be like, oh, I wonder how this is going to incorporate into the plot later. There might be like a 30-second thing, but like, what they were building up to this character, that's done. That's out of the way. Let's move on.
Wow.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So it's been a strange storytelling perspective of watching Dragon Ball Daima getting towards the end. The plot does pick up, and there's a lot of really fun, good action. Whatever episode just came out, 17 or 18. Did something quite bold. I don't know if the internet spoiled it for you, so I'm not going to say anything for you about it otherwise. But it just didn't do any hints prior about it. It just sort of is like, okay, sure, why not? Let's do that. And I look forward to talking about it in more detail. So you still have to watch it, so we can talk about
We
it.
watched the first 2, but I think I'm gonna rewatch it dubbed
Yeah,
because
I'm still gonna the context of the entire show. It's possible that the part that I'm like something that happened in this last episode, I'm like, I wish they'd said something to set this up. Maybe they'll retrospectively say something afterwards. It's like I gotta wait till the show's done before I have like actual final feelings.
I had to squint because we were in our bedroom and that's very small TV. I was like, because I didn't have my glasses, I was like, I can't see that.
You're like a magnifying glass.
And also after work, sometimes my brain's a little squishy and like a little melty.
Sure.
So I'm like, I really don't want to read anymore.
I was like, you definitely don't need to think for this show. Don't worry about that.
I was just like, I can't wait till they do it like dub because I was like, then I could just like
And I don't think we have to rewatch the first episode. I wouldn't.
I think you just continue. Yeah, just keep going.
Okay.
I mean,
I know they turn into kids, and that's kind of like it.
Yeah, we switched from sub to dub because we were on an episode. We're like, oh, the next one's dub. Let's watch dub.
How is the dub?
It was good. Yeah, perfectly fine.
Nice.
It's easier for AJ because you can understand.
That makes sense.
Oh, I thought he was learning Japanese.
Everything we were watching it. He was watching it with us, but I was like, this kid can't read. He has no clue what the hell is going on in this show.
And it's colorful. I mean, it just sounds like they speak in like Corey language to him.
Yeah, he's like, I don't understand what they're saying.
He brings Corey over.
Yeah.
Translate.
Yeah. And Corey's just speaking fluent Japanese. And we're like, what do you want?
Hi.
I gotta go on the duo.
Speaking of the Dragon Ball Daima dub, you saw it was publicized that our friends at LITCG shows they're gonna have at least a couple Dragon Ball voice actors.
Oh, yeah, be pretty hot
at the next ones. Exciting.
Pretty hot.
That's why they do it, because it's pretty hot.
Like Red Hulk.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god!
Yeah, he was hot, right? Because the petals were melting on.
He was supposed to burn up, but I guess they only did it for the reveal. That was it.
No, it was burning up when he was looking at Cap and they were talking. They were going.
Yeah, I know, but he didn't really use any of that.
And then he held one, and he went, "Ooh,
this one didn't burn."
Yeah. Therefore, I'm turning back to normal. And then he turned into Elon Musk.
Burn.
Oh, we're back on.
Yeah.
After we stopped talking about it, I was like, we didn't even talk about Giancarlo Esposito's character.
Oh yeah,
He was cool. He played every character that he always plays.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
He basically he does that well, and I was like, you know what they did for him? They made his gun louder. I was like, his gun is louder than the other guns.
And he was using a Magnum that shot through the vehicles.
That's so true.
Yeah, I really was. It is. Yeah. Other people fire guns like they're not as loud. His gun works harder. I don't know. If you get shot by him, it hurts more.
And he really wanted to kill Captain America.
He did. He
That
the car.
was 80% of his dialogue.
Yeah.
Hey, even after Captain America's like, all right, I'll get you a lower thing or whatever, as long as you give me this information. He's like, I'm still gonna kill you.
You're still a dead man.
Apparently, before they named it Civil War, they were going to do something with the snake. What were the
Serpents.
The serpents, since they were going to do something with that, and then they said, no, it has to be this. Like the people, they came in, they're like, okay, all right.
It was like and
they made some
mislead for like Comic-Con, so they could reveal Civil War. So it's like the extra shit on this, like whatever aspect of the story. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say, did you ever watch that Super Dragon Ball Heroes show?
Only bits.
It's like a web. I don't know, calling it anime is like the generous, but it's like a Dragon Ball web anime that's like purpose is to sell like a card game. And they got like the actual Dragon Ball voice actors. They got like the art style of Dragon Ball Super, just on like short episode, small budget version. Surprisingly better music than Dragon Ball Super, but that's beside the point. It's like, why is the music pretty good? But it's just, like this, like things just kind of happen type of like thing that's happening, which no one on the internet's saying this, and not to like throw shade at the wrong people that work on creatively on, but there's like because they say like Toei Animation has the Dragon Ball room, and then there's this one guy, he's the guy that comes out like they had a presence at like New York Comic Con and like these other things. He's basically like the spokesperson. He's the Kevin Feige for Dragon Ball, basically, is how I presume it is. Like, they don't make it seem like, oh, he's coming up with all the ideas. He's just sort of like organizing it all. But I feel like he's kind of the mastermind of it all. And I worry about, like, do you want to keep getting Dragon Ball if it's under this person's leadership who's just fine with, like, yeah, it's a kid's show and you nostalgia bait the parents with certain things, and you just hook them in and you don't have, like, a solid story. So that's what I worry about with the future of the franchise. Just like if that's coming from the top, right, I'm scared.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But the show's not bad. The show's still fun, but I just wish it had more substance and material. But it's not over yet. But been saying that for the last I probably should admit that there's like a 3-episode run where I straight up didn't like the episodes.
Oh wow.
Like the ones that were like building up to the climax of that's started in the last episode or two. I was just like, woof. What a waste of time.
Oh, man. They should have uploaded Akira Toriyama's consciousness to a computer.
He was still alive.
That way they could data mine him for an eternity.
Maybe. Yeah. But it was his consciousness that was like, I'm done. He stopped it because he probably was like, I won't make anything else decent at this point.
Ouch.
Even his AI consciousness was like not doing it.
Yeah.
He's very humble and he's very lazy. That's like the one thing he was always first to admit about himself.
A freeloader consciousness on a server.
Probably turn that into a show.
His successor guy, Toyotaro, they should just let him loose because he knows how to build stories. That's my feelings. Okay, so some additional stuff here. Solo leveling.
Yeah. So Ali's watching too, right?
I watched the first season.
So you're building like a bench and by yourself, and you need to make sure it wasn't like lopsided.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you got to level it solely.
Yep. Each of us solely.
Yeah. So like you took a class.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah. Okay. What else is it? What else does solo leveling mean? Because I really hadn't heard of it.
So it's an anime, and it's about this guy who so they live in a world where.
Can you say it in that voice?
They live in a world.
Yeah.
Portals open up, and monsters from this other world come in, and so. People in this world have developed abilities almost like an actual RPG
that don't
game.
change.
Whoa.
Yeah. So once
they don't change. Once you have it, this ability level, it doesn't change.
Yeah. So there's like different ranks
set at a certain level.
Yeah, you can't go stronger.
You can go stronger than that.
Yeah. There's no like leveling up, right? So this character is an E rank, right? He's one of the lowest ranked characters in the whole thing, but he goes on these jobs with them because they have like contract jobs where it's like, okay, we need a crew to go in to stop the monsters, and then they get paid by whatever the gems the monsters leave, they get to keep, and then they sell it. So that's how they make their money.
It's like
D&D. Yeah, it's like if it was a real thing. Yeah.
And when they close the gate, it also stops the emergence because if they don't do it in a certain amount of time, all the monsters can come out of the portal.
Yeah. And so in order to have a crew, there's rules, right? So you need to have a certain amount of people to go into these dungeons for safety reasons. You also need like a healer, and so there should be a healer character or a person who has healing abilities in all these raids. So he goes into a raid with this crew, and they find this part of the dungeon that is not part of. It's like this weird spot.
Unmapped.
Yeah, it's unmapped.
So like the rank ones will go in and map like a dungeon to make sure like it's the level that it should be.
Yeah.
So to make sure you're not walking in on like a level like what is the highest one?
S rank.
S rank, and you'll die.
Yeah. So they don't want like E ranks or D ranks going to S ranks, so they'll die. So that's why they say, oh, this is an E rank tunnel or D rank tunnel, we can go in. So they go in, but then they find this like S rank type of area where there's these big statues and like there's like all of these like puzzles of like how. Because these statues are coming to life and killing everybody, and so the
very brutally.
Yeah. And so eventually, there's he manages to help some of the characters escape, but he dies in the tunnel, and in that room. But he's like, oh, I wish I had like another chance, right? And then he wakes up, and now he's alive again, and everybody's like, okay, well, like what happened in that tunnel and all this kind of stuff. And what he notices is now he can see screens as if he's in a game. And so the screens tell him to do things like, oh, you got to do 100 push-ups and stuff like that. And whenever he doesn't do what they tell him to do, like a task, they'll send him to like a punishment. And so now he has to do like, oh, I got to do every day. I got to do 100 like push-ups. I got to do this.
There's a beast that you get thrown into like if you don't
sandworm.
Yeah.
It's like a giant sandworm you have to fight.
Yeah, well, survive. You just have to survive for what was it, 2 hours or something?
Yeah.
And so now he's doing all this stuff, and he's finding out he's leveling up, which no one else is able to do. And so now he's going into dungeons to try to level up, and as he gets stronger and stronger, people are confused because they're like, oh, he's an E rank. How is he doing this stuff?
For some reason, he's like puberty.
Okay, he's getting taller, hotter, and less emotions.
And less emotions. And more like even less emotions, but kind of evil a little bit.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's kind of pushed to do some stuff that's
questionable.
Yeah. And it's interesting because then it's like, all right, well, like, does that mean everybody's in a game? That he's the only one who recognizes that he's in a game, or like, what's really going on? Because it seems like the gods are playing with them and stuff like that. So it's definitely interesting to see where it's going to go and stuff. But yeah, I thought it was really cool.
The first dungeon was intense. I was like, what? They reminded me a little bit of Attack of Titan, like where it's just like you don't expect it, they just killed somebody.
That annoyed the shit out of me because they could have gotten out of that.
Yeah, they could have. They really could have.
So bad.
Yeah.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, they wouldn't listen.
Yeah. Which is funny because like he's E rank, but he was really smart and had a lot of perception to get all the knowledge in that dungeon.
Because what does he say? He was good with patterns or something. I forgot what he said. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. He was smart. I was like,
in the beginning, he was like a weak. Couldn't hold.
Oh my god, at all.
He was real bad.
He was a whiny bitch.
Yeah.
I was like, that was the one thing I couldn't stand in the very beginning. Yep. I was like, this guy cries about everything, and then like he does it less.
That's the development.
That was. So I like the show, but that was one of my complaints about it. Is that like it was so quick to just no fuck everyone. Oh man, like. I wanted to see that journey.
The translation. The transition.
But it was just like, fuck, I got those powers. Fuck, I'm tough now. And then also he's so obsessed with like the power aspect of it that it's like. But
there's a reason for it. Yeah. Because of the mom. Yeah.
So
which I like. I like that. I like that there's a motivation for it.
His mom's in a coma. Some people get like this random, like where they won't wake up. It's like a sleeping sickness essentially.
That started once the
dungeons open. Like
so they don't know why.
Yeah. So his mom has it, so he has to support the family. So that's why even if he was like the lowest rank, he had to go into these dungeons to get money for him and his sister. So he was weak, and they were just like, oh, you're just coming for the money, that's fine. But now he's found, well, at least we're at the part where he just got out of that portal that was like essentially hell, I want to say. And he barely survived that to get the thing. That's where we're at in the season.
Well, we finished the season.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was about to say.
We finished the first season. The first season was
he fights like the Cerberus. Yeah. And then he's like, oh.
Wow.
No wonder why you haven't been asking me.
Yeah, well, the second season is still coming out.
I know. I was like, usually he goes, can we watch this? I'm like, yeah, I don't really care. We could do whatever. But you haven't asked in a while. I was like, did we finish it or did okay.
Yeah, now we're just waiting for the second season.
I was scrolling through pictures that they just like random screen caps they have on IMDb. The art style looks really cool.
Yeah.
And it's just like blood.
Yeah, it's a very bloody film.
It looks really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Well, it's good because the beginning of it is a lot of human violence, and then it's mostly monster violence.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Because
there's a lot of moments that's like, whoa, what the hell?
Yeah.
I like that rich kid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
I know. I like their dynamic too.
Yeah.
It's so good. I love it.
He's like, no, you're not going in here with all that crap.
Yeah.
Can I keep the helmet, please?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Because his dad keeps buying him armor because he's proud of him and he's just a rich boy. So he has like this big like armor that makes no sense. Like
hey, if it makes you not die.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But it was I thought the way he treated that guy, even though the guy's like the business guy, I thought that was fucked up.
Yeah. I agree.
I was like, that was fucked up.
Yeah. It was like, don't want to have anything to do with you.
And I think as an audience, we're supposed to be like, man, he got one over on him. But I was like, oh man, that was fucked up.
I thought the same thing. Yeah. I don't think it landed the way it was supposed to.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That was just mean.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the girl, the healer, that she was so traumatized from that first visit to like that. As she was the one that made it out also. Yeah. And that she was so traumatized that she was going to quit. Did she essentially quit, or she?
No, she went back in.
Okay,
but she just hasn't done. She freezes all the time.
Yeah. No, but at the very end, she says she leaves. She leaves. Yeah.
It's. I was like, I like her evolution too, being like, because a normal person would be super traumatized from watching people like get squeeze.
Oh, I was a little weirded out because the sister's friend.
Yes.
Yeah. While that's training. Where they're like, oh, okay, like they're trying to make her like the cool, edgy girl.
Yeah.
Like, yo, okay, lady. but then they stress at first how young she is.
Yeah.
And then later on, they're like, they're rolling back on. They're like, no, she's older. What are you fucking talking? You were just saying she's in like middle school, high school,
something like that. High school, yeah.
And now they're like, no, she's old. Hold up. You can't do that.
Yeah.
She's young-ish.
No, she's mature for her age.
Okay,
You're like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
she told me she was 21.
Wait, what show is this?
Solo level. No, but I do enjoy the show. I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, definitely.
I hope it's weird, right? Because I hope that it continues, but he doesn't end up becoming too jaded. Because I think that's what's making the show like a little less for me.
Yeah. Well, I think he's like balancing that line because he the way the gods tell him to do stuff, he like doesn't want to do it, but then he does it. But then it's like after he does it, he levels up and he's like, wait.
Yeah, because there hasn't really been a time
straight
where
up kills people.
Yeah.
He straight up doesn't care if you're a bad person. He was like,
yeah, I mean, he didn't really struggle with that.
No.
He's like, oh man, I gotta do this.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay.
Well, the first time I
the worst
felt...
part is he talked himself into like, this person is a bad person. If I take him out of this world, blah, 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 blah,
Well,
blah,
yeah,
and he
because
goes
he's
on this
convincing
spiral.
himself. He's got to convince himself.
Yeah,
As
but he does it
walking
quick.
towards
He doesn't do it.
He's walking towards the person and he's talking in his head. Like he's already actually coming towards the person. I wonder if those consequences will come back because he killed that guy who was his brother was an S rank.
Oh, they definitely set it up that something's gonna happen.
But I mean, even the abilities that he gets towards the end, it's like, oh, you're kind of a bad guy, eh?
Yeah.
You're kind of
He gets the army. Yeah.
That was really cool.
That was awesome.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
It was not what I expected.
No, I didn't expect that either.
Yeah. Although the other thing that's a little strange with the show is like every time he's in a situation that it's like, oh, he's gonna die, he just goes full recover and then he's good.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, like
except the one time where
the demon.
Yeah.
He was, the thing is that gets me, I'm like screaming at the TV. I was like, why the f would you go in there knowing you're probably going to die?
Yeah.
And I go, why don't you level up a little bit more
Yeah.
and then go in?
Yeah.
It's literally telling you you're not at the level that you need to be.
you have this key, you can go
anytime. Yeah.
You don't need to go. Even the first one that he's like, oh, okay, this key, okay.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
like,
your
you don't
first
even
time?
have a
What are you
weapon.
doing?
And then he goes, oh, I forgot a weapon. What do you
Yeah.
What do you mean you forgot your weapon? It's like,
It's like you remember
That should
getting the
be
shit
natural.
kicked out of you like every 8 seconds when you're and you're already okay, I did 5 push-ups. I could go do this.
I go, this guy deserves to die. If he dies in this dungeon, this is it.
Yeah, there are a few times where I was like, man, he's gonna.
And the key probably disappears once he uses it. So you can't even go back in there.
Yeah, but I think that was the point. It's to show that he can't be too cocky because he was thinking like, oh, I can do this now, but it was like, boom, all right, I guess I care.
Yeah. But the way he takes out those guys, and then the fight he has with that knight, those are 2 different people that were fighting. Because he's like teleporting in that fight, and he's got like, but then he's fighting the knight, and he's just like just a good fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. I like it so far.
Yeah.
I was telling you, I like Vox Machina more.
Yes.
Yeah, Vox Machina is really good.
I
yeah.
agree.
Yeah, because between the two, if I was to like watch the season 2 next, I would want. I want to watch. I want to watch Vox.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. I agree with that. It's a fair statement.
Yeah. But I definitely want to see in Solo Leveling the relationship between like the rich kid and the main character and how that develops too, because I really like their dynamic too.
I want to see them form a group.
Yeah. It's Romantic Killer, right? You guys finished that one?
Yes,
Yeah.
That was really good.
That was really good,
I enjoyed that. To be honest, I was like, okay, this is. He was even watching, and there's only one other show which we mentioned in here that he's watching a romantic anime with me. That's very like.
Yeah, but they also have violence and fighting.
They do. That's probably what keeps Tony there.
Yeah.
A majority of the time.
Like there's a plot
very
to it.
soft plot. It's a very calm plot.
I mean, there's B-Stars too.
Yeah.
You're right. Beast. It's like same exact thing.
It's like a little bit of romance.
That they have all of the action.
Yeah. With like the whole mafia and stuff.
Oh my god, yeah.
I think the one is Our Happy Ending on the
Our Happy Marriage.
Our Happy Marriage.
Yeah.
It's like based in the time of like, I don't know. It's like not samurais. It's like they wear the kimonos. They like.
It's like feudal Japan.
Yeah, feudal Japan, and certain families have certain powers, and this girl like has like this dreaming power, and the guy that she's engaged to has fire, I guess. It's just very, there's a lot of, and he runs like the commander. He's part of, it's a romantic one. I think if you like.
And there's like a cult.
And there's a cult that they're trying to figure out the cult that really wants to kidnap her because that's her uncle. Is that technically her uncle? He calls her his daughter, which I'm like, she has a dad. Okay.
But yeah, the cult's whole thing is like, there shouldn't be like classes of like people with powers and people without. They're like, we should give everybody powers. But then the people with powers are like, oh, that might cause more problems than what you think.
Yeah, it sounds like a real person with powers.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, but see, that's the whole thing. That's the whole dynamic.
Asshole.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want everyone to have powers.
Just me.
Some episodes are slower than the other ones, but it's still good. I enjoyed it. I started watching it. Tony jumped in the second season, so I had to.
Oh, season 2?
Yeah, I didn't even know it was season 2.
Because they just released season 2, so I've been waiting for like years for them to release season 2. I heard, I was like, excuse me? I was like, I didn't even know. So I watched originally. I watched it like 3 times the first time. And I couldn't find anything like it that was like that. So then I made him jump in the second season so far. What do you think?
It's good.
There are slow parts.
There are parts where it's like.
And she reminds me of Cream.
She is a little whiny. That's
why you like it.
Yeah, and I always go
Like best character.
Stop. And you're like, okay, this is literally Cream. And I know her voice.
Did you like Romantic Killer?
Yeah, I like that.
I enjoyed
okay.
it.
Yeah.
But this one you're not.
No, so the only
I need to understand.
the only reason for this one that I'm kind of hesitant on is because the female character, the main female character, isn't strong. She's very whiny, and it's like
she's like still weak, doesn't really know her power. Like she was abused, so she's kind of like a wimpy.
She doesn't really stand up for herself.
So she's a sub?
Yeah.
Tony likes them strong.
Yeah, I like strong women.
Yeah, in the shows.
Yeah.
Not me. I don't know. That's why I said not me. I don't know.
Then Tony's like, I want a sub.
Richie, you're not a sub.
So. Not me.
You know what Gianna was saying to me? We're eating lunch and she goes, "Yeah, I'm a sub." I was like, "What fucking world? She's like, you're a sub?" And then she goes, "Watch, give me your hands. Give me your hands. Give me your hands." And she gives me a kiss on the hands. I was like, "Did you not see how dominant
that was?
Give me your fucking hands! I want to kiss them! I'm a sub, give me your fucking hands! Let me put those lips on him!
Are you in Bizarro World?
I think it's because like you grow up with characters like Wonder Woman and Lois Lane, and they're always like the strong female characters. So then when you watch,
When you get a gun put to your head to
Daphne
watch a TV
Blake.
show.
Daphne Blake,
Marge Simpson.
Marge Simpson.
The first I ever heard.
Homie.
You're like so strong. Homie, I don't know if you should be out drinking that late.
Oh, such a strong woman.
She was a cop.
Yeah, she was a cop. Oh man.
But that's a good show if you like romance shows. I think you'll like it if you like B-Stars. It's interesting.
That's
Tony likes it because Full Metal kind of reminds him.
To be fair,
does
I even
remind me
like Fruits Basket or On Host Club.
Okay, so you'll be fine with that. So
You'll be fine. Yeah.
Tony's never watched a romance.
You haven't
manga
seen
with
Fruits
me
Basket?
outside- No.
You showed me a few episodes. I think.
Yeah,
There's a
watch the
cat,
new
right?
Fruits
There's a
Basket.
cat.
Yeah,
I
but you watched
started
the old
watching
Fruits
it.
Basket. You gotta watch the new Fruits Basket.
There's a new one.
Fruits Basket.
What's the difference?
It's animated in now time.
Oh, but it's the same story.
Think so.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I watched that one.
Yeah, and the new one has like more development of stuff too, so it's closer to the manga it's supposed to be.
Oh, so it's like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah, but it's just Fruits Basket again.
Oh, okay. Again.
Yeah, I gotta make you watch that.
Yeah.
Do you think I'll like either of those anime? that you
Which ones?
talked about?
Do you like romance?
Solo Leveling.
I think you would like
Solo Leveling.
You'll like.
Yeah,
I think you'll like Solo Leveling,
you might just have a problem with the guy being like too douchey.
but it's good.
I think you'll like it.
Yeah.
Have you watched Attack on Titan?
No.
Okay, so yeah, I think you'll like it.
Okay.
I watched Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brotherhood or the original?
It was a Brotherhood by the time when you guys recommended it to me. Yeah.
Good. That's the one you want to watch.
Yeah, exactly. Though.
You're gonna watch. I watch both, but
I mean, Okay, the other stuff I had was basically just like, oh yeah, it's like since we last recorded, I probably like finished Squid Game season 2. Honestly, I like it a lot.
I've heard good things about the second season.
It's like, so some things happen that are kind of like you scratch your chin and be like, was this really like playing some sort of like, I don't know, it was just like, was this like a master plan type of thing, or is there just like, I don't know, it just seems like it makes episodes more dramatic or more interesting, so I just kind of do it, even if it may not make sense. But I still think that the show's solid, and I think they're finishing the show up in July. They're doing another Netflix, like they're calling it another season, but season 2 was kind of short, so they're releasing like it's like a long, either be a long one season or 2 small shorter seasons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's good. Severance is coming out right now. It's good, but I completely forgot what happened in season 1 because it's been so long. So I'd say if you do get into it, it's a good time to get into it when you could actually go straight from season 1 into season 2 and just wonder why they look like they aged a decade because it took so long for them to make it.
I've seen so many clips of elevators. Well, everyone's like, you gotta see
the elevator scene is the best.
Because that I've seen so much of it that I've been like, I need to see what the hell's going on. Because there's like,
it's an intriguing show,
crazy amount of
a good story, and it's all directed by Ben Stiller.
Yeah. Was he in an elevator when he wrote it? Well, not wrote it, directed. He directed from an elevator.
Yes.
He's in one elevator.
Nice. Yeah. I'll tell you next time I come back down.
Wait, hold on.
I mean, the premise of this show, right?
Yeah.
Just when they go in the elevator is when they switch from their Audi to their Indy and vice versa. They're different people of work life and home life.
Oh, yeah, I remember you explaining it.
Yeah. I do think the internet has figured out the show, but I guess they don't know like what will happen to the characters. But I think they figured out the mysteries. So it's like, well, smarter people than me have figured it out. So it's like I think that that part's out there now. I can't imagine they're wrong. But it's still a very cool show, the way that they present things, and it's there's not too many live action shows that are like this right now. It's why I like Mr. Robot so much. It's just like you can tell they have a plan from the start, and they're going to see it through. So it gives me those types of vibes. And again, I guess your issue of why you'll never watch it is because it's on Apple TV Plus, right?
No, we can watch it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
we have
okay.
Apple TV Plus
Right now, yeah.
They always have free trials, so it's like you just feel like dive in.
Yeah,
because
watching a lot of Snoopy.
That's fair. It'd be solid. I don't watch that Peanuts. But,
Cool.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, I do think that there's a very limited number of things on Apple TV Plus to watch. For the people that are into Ted Lasso, that's great. Although there's like some people think like, oh, the pandemic was the time to watch Ted Lasso. Now we're in like a post-pandemic fuck you time, and like that show's way too happy, way too uplifting or
What
whatever.
about the Godzilla show?
Oh.
Or lack thereof of Godzilla.
Oh my God!
Matt, do you remember that? We literally had Apple TV Plus. We're like, all right, we got to watch all these shows.
Monarch.
We're like, which ones are we gonna watch? And then we literally just put on Peanuts because we're like, well, we only have like a half an hour. Let's watch Peanuts.
That's so
I want to watch a lot of those Apple TV shows.
Severance is the only live action Apple TV Plus show I've seen so far where they don't keep breaking out shiny iPhones in like every other scene. That's like Ted Lasso got me caught up on the like they'll never put a case on that phone. They'll never put a screen protector on that phone. Same thing with shrinking with President Harrison Ford.
Yeah. In the Peloton, he was.
Yeah, I was like, that is his shrinking character. Which is funny. He's good in that show, honestly, because he gets to play like a rough around the edges, but like comedic type of character. So of course, Severance is a solid show. I finally finished Shogun season 1. I decided to make a late in the game switch to they have the dubbed version, but even the dub is confusing because they have to you have to watch it through John Blackthorne's eyes, the character that speaks English Portuguese, because he learns the language as the show goes on. Like there's a large passage of time, and some stuff he's understanding and some stuff he isn't. And then they decide pick and choose when to put the subtitles up. And when he's speaking Japanese, showing that he'd learned some of the language, of course, that's going to be subtitled anyway. So it's a very complicated show to like present in that way. So I don't know if I would have understood it if I started the show that way, but since I started the way I did, I'm like, okay, I understand how they're presenting it this way. But yeah, that show's hella depressing and sad.
Oh man!
But you made me think of it when we talked about Monarch for a second, because the same actress, she's like the main female protagonist in Monarch, and it's just like, oh, when you give her things to do, she's actually a really good actor. Not when Godzilla's somewhere doing its laundry off scene, but like, oh, it could happen anytime now. So yeah, Shogun. I mean, enough people have raved about it. I don't need to rave about it too. But yeah, it's depressing.
Something you shouldn't do in a crowd.
What?
Shogun.
Yeah. One of the things you don't show. Yeah. You don't Shogun while you're solo leveling.
No, nobody see that.
All right. So you guys have been catching up on The Boys also?
Oh, we finished it. Yeah.
Oh, you're all caught up?
Crap. Yeah, I gotta catch up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh boy.
All right. That's all. So, I mean, any thoughts? Do you like it? You're over it? Screw it?
It's good.
Fuck it? Pop it?
Pop it. Twist
Yeah,
it.
I'm trying to remember how it ended, honestly, because it's so long since we talked about it.
It's been longer since I watched it, so...
What do you think about those boys?
The boys.
The boys.
The boys.
The
boys
are
are
back.
They be the bees.
Boys are back to town.
That was a great The Boys episode. Yeah. Season review. The boys. Certainly boys.
The boys
will
be
be
the
boys.
boys. Yeah. Boys will be boys. You know?
Boys will be boys.
Okay.
On the poster for the boys.
I know we're probably in our last 10 minutes or so, but I don't want to take too long. But there was a movie that I watched a few weeks ago that I wanted to see if you guys have seen it, see if you or I don't know, it's a movie that I would basically pitch if you guys are interested. And I searched too many things. I don't think it's the outline. Oh, it's called Upgrade. I heard that you and Matt watched the Invisible Man remake movie.
Yeah.
What'd you think of it?
I liked it. I thought it was pretty neat.
Yeah, it's like you could tell like they didn't have a crazy budget, but that house looked nice.
Yeah.
But they made that story intriguing and sci-fi and interesting. The same director, I think maybe before it did this other movie called Upgrade, which is also on one of the streaming services. I just watched it. And I thought I liked it for similar reasons. I thought it was kind of like, I mean, it's a very different story, but also has it's almost like a extended Black Mirror episode, to like an hour and a half. It's not like a long movie. And it's basically a guy gets, something tragic happens to him, and he gets basically an AI implanted into his brain, basically, to help him from being paralyzed.
We saw that movie, remember?
Oh, you did see it?
does
in
sound
theaters.
familiar.
Yeah.
You saw it in theaters? Huh?
Yeah. I didn't like the ending, though.
Yeah.
I blipped it, so what? What is it about?
You Thanos snapped it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Remember where they helped him fight and stuff?
Yeah. It was kind of like The Matrix in some ways.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Well, the ending was,
Just know I don't remember.
it was such like a Twilight Zone Black Mirror ending, though, of like, because I don't want to spoil the ending because I don't want people to watch the movie. Because because it kind of like, is it this? And like, oh no, it's like beyond. I don't know. Yeah, it's like you know what we're talking about. But it ends perhaps sort of melancholy. But I don't know. I thought it was like, it went there. Why not? If you're going for sci-fi nonsense, may as well end on the biggest sci-fi nonsense. That's my thought. But I just thought it was a intriguing story. Well, basically the guy gets paralyzed from an accident, gets an experimental, like some like recluse billionaire genius scientist is able to like have a surgery on him, implant this implant that gives him like an AI that also helps restore his ability. But basically, it's like you need to like, it's a secret. Like you need to keep it entirely to yourself. And like all your public appearances need to still be paralyzed. Just like when you're home and doing your thing, you get to like have your full use of your extremities again. And if I see you going beyond that, I'm going to take it away from you. And basically waste no time.
Immediately.
Yeah, immediately be like, ha cha cha. Going off the dance floor at the club. But yeah, just like, and it's a mystery of like who were the ones that put him in that situation in the first place, and also that the AI is taking things too far, way too far, brutally. It's a pretty brutal movie at times, pretty graphic.
I've never had it where I'm like,
there might be heads exploded.
like,
Yeah, so
You have to make room for something else. It happens to me all the time.
that's okay.
Yeah.
how long ago did
You
you
could probably-
find out?
A while ago.
Yeah, I think it was like
Okay, so that's
2018.
why.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No,
Shoot, that's been like 5 years.
The reason I watched it is because I read online. I think this is just like a director that people are excited about because he did these two solid movies that people like, and he's got like another movie coming out, or it might be out by now. Leigh Whannell. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's also an actor, but I think he's got this Wolfman movie coming.
Oh, yeah.
That-
It also has got Ruth in it.
Yeah. Although it doesn't appear to have the best ratings, but
Whatever.
anyway, so yeah, that was all. Okay. So let's see how much time we have. We have 10 minutes. What's going on in optimism?
Hi, guys. I have some facts that will make Alex happy. Just give me a second. I'm getting to my notebook.
Did you know that Bucky Barnes?
There you go. Since we're on that subject. All right. Bucky Barnes was named after a president. He was named after... No, Chester A. Arthur. James Buchanan. That's his real name. James Buchanan is who it was named after. You're welcome.
Wait,
what?
I'm
confused after
You're right. You're right.
Like,
You know how his name's James Buchanan Barnes?
Yeah, they don't know why he's named after him. There's not really. All right, just say okay.
Captain America. Here's an American president name.
Also, Wolverine hated Bucky. Still hates Bucky. Just because I guess he was a sleeper soldier for the government, so Wolverine just didn't like him.
well, Wolverine's short.
Yeah, sure.
He put a lot of people down. We all know he was an assassin, like a lot. He actually put down Professor Xavier.
I have a really quick question about a moment in the Brave New World. There's a part where Captain America gets like a little scratchy on his shirt. Was his shirt made of like the Wakandan material, or was that just like, oh, he got a scratch?
Just the wing.
So
Just the wing.
I thought the people already weaponized the adamantium or something like that, and I was like, they didn't come back to it. I think I misunderstood that part. Moving on. Okay, sorry.
So he put down a lot of people. He killed Red Skull. We know that. Nomad and Professor Xavier is at record.
Nice.
And even redacted. So they redacted the people that he killed. The Winter Soldier, the idea of the Winter Soldier actually came from a quote from Thomas Paine. It was, I have it right here. There are times that try men's souls. The Summer Soldier and the Sunshine Patriot will in this crisis shrink from the service of his country, but he that stands it now deserves the love and thanks of men and women. And just because they said Summer Soldier,
Oh, so they went with Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There you go.
because a Summer Soldier stands for the people, essentially. So
And Winter Soldier just sounds a lot cooler.
it does sound cooler.
Yeah.
Doesn't need a jacket.
They even put his face on Thomas King's body.
Nice.
All right, and that's
It's like
all.
Beetlejuice. I'll speedrun it. Okay, so
If someone is the last part of the episode, we always just, yeah.
yeah. All right, so Batwoman. It was the episode with Poison Ivy. So I know I said Poison Ivy a lot of times. Well, this time it's the real Poison Ivy. So a lot of the episode is Batwoman going to the club and the Joker's kind of having a party. And I'm not joking.
Why not?
No, that's real. He has a party and he's like, oh, okay, I want to hire some new gang members. So let's all have a party on the stage. So Ryan is in like a little tiny masquerade mask and she's like, okay, I need to get on that stage so I could get this thing from him so I could find out where XYZ is, or the MacGuffin of the episode. So she goes up there, she has a whole conversation with him, she plays his little game, and he doesn't recognize her. And it was so strange because it's like, it was worse than Clark Kent's classes. Then, as it would turn out, Poison Ivy was the friends we made along the way because she's been in the Batcave the whole time.
What?
Yeah, she's just been in the Batcave. Huh. And she's just kind of in there. And, yeah, so she's just in the Batcave because they finally find the way to find her. Find the way to find... That was a lot.
Finally find them.
Makes sense to me, honestly.
And they're like, oh, okay, wait, this beacon's right there. She's down the hall. So they go down the hall and they find like the little where Poison Ivy like is or was or whatever.
The green room.
Yeah, there she is. Oh fuck.
Wasn't she buried?
Yeah.
So
It's supposed to be under the botanical gardens. Remember? They even say it in one of the earlier episodes.
Yeah.
She's buried way deep under there. It's like, nope, she's in the Batcave. She's down the hall.
So Batman just buried her in the Batcave.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And it was fucked up. It was really fucked up.
Yeah.
Because he had to cut off her access to water.
Wow.
Or else she would turn into Poison Ivy again and grow or whatever. It made no sense. So then they have like this little confrontation because new Poison Ivy is like, oh, okay, I want to work with this Joker because he's crazy and I like him. He's like, all right, whatever, like, get over it. And then as it would turn out, Renee Montoya this whole freaking time, was just using them to get Poison Ivy. Really? Wow. and everyone's surprised by it. Oh my God.
I feel like that was like a line in the last episode. I'm using you.
Yes.
Poison Ivy.
Yeah, literally she's like, okay, but Poison Ivy was my ex and I really gotta find her.
I thought we were like best friends.
So they leave her in the Batcave with like the Poison Ivy thing, and then there's like, oh, Poison Ivy's back now, and now it's real Poison Ivy.
Whoa. Does real Poison Ivy look like real Poison Ivy?
She's way better than other Poison Ivy.
Oh, okay.
But also, there's a lot of flashback scenes in this episode with, I think this is the one with Renee Montoya and Poison Ivy, and they're just kind of like chilling, and Poison Ivy's not even a bad guy.
Just playing games like...
I swear, there's basically a part where they're just like playing Mario Party. How casual they
Making
are.
yourself at home in the back.
Really just like, oh, okay, they had a relationship. It's like, oh, okay, but also I'm going to kill all gods. She's like, you can't do that.
I'm going to do it, though.
Girl talk. Girls will be girls.
Girls will be girls.
But yeah,
Girls moving out.
I'm excited to see where it goes. I watched this episode like 5 weeks ago, so
Wow.
Memorable enough for you to...
Yeah,
get
honestly.
yeah. But I don't remember how it ended. So Matt saw it too. Matt was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "See now, don't you want to watch more Batwoman?"
We got hooked.
I mean,
As much as you can.
it made Captain America a much better movie.
Makes sense.
That might be where we're coming from.
Yeah.
Because I was coming from Daima's perspective. I was like, storytelling, at least they set things up.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay.
You guys are watching like intensely awesome
Yeah,
anime.
you're like,
But for me, it's like, oh, Red Hulk's down the hall. He's right. He's been there the whole time.
yep, I'm using you guys to get adamantium. Whoa!
Actually, we had watched an episode of 15, and there's an episode where there's a kid who's barely in the show. He just shows up, and he really wants to prank like the main bully girl, and she has like this little fur fox, and they put it like on top of a vending machine, and he like takes a string and pulls it onto her. And then he goes, "Ha! I got you! I took the string and I wrapped up the fox and then I pulled it onto you."
That was
what?
The best. Yes, it was really, really
It's
good
like
when that occurred.
it's like no, and there's like 5 people.
Yeah,
maybe.
so like there's 3 people that witnessed it.
Yeah, and he's saying exactly what he did. Like, ha! I did it to you. So
it was like a little gremlin.
it was.
Wow.
I got you.
That sounds like the same person who wrote the post-credit sequence of
Could be. The problem is there was too many big words. That's why when you said 5th grader, I'm like 5th grader. Yeah, 5-year-old. No, it's too many big words.
I said ChatGPT could probably write a better post-credit scene.
ChatGPT probably did write that.
Now we're all 3 mini then.
Do you think that character was in the same part of, what do you call that floating island prison?
Oh yeah, what was the name of the raft?
Yeah. Is he in the same part of the raft as the president, or were they like in a different section?
That I genuinely
think
don't know.
it's
Yeah, I don't know. It was
It
weird.
seemed like the same.
Because
They're like across the hall from
I was,
each
like,
other.
I was also thinking like, man, that's fucked up too. This guy's right there.
Yeah. Made him call all the way back down. Like, yeah.
Although he put himself in prison. It was dumbass.
I would love
Yeah.
if they're right next to each other. Well, see you later, Mr. President. Okay, hi.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so weird. So it was a very stupid post-credits scene.
It was. Yeah.
Everyone, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Pseudo Adults Le Podcast. We'll catch you on the next Species Spicy episode.
Peace out, people. I mean it.
I'm Alex.
Whoa.
I'm a Rachel.
Pizza balls.
We're Pseudo Adults.
The ending was